Good morning! Welcome back to my channel. It's Alex Michael May. I am wearing one of Sparky's big old shirts. And we have a very busy day today, and I have a very busy few weeks. I got back from a conference last weekend, which was amazing. Going for a friend's birthday weekend this weekend, but Emily's coming today, and we are shooting some client campaigns and projects, which means that I have to do my makeup because this is how we're looking. So I've got like 30 minutes to get completely ready. And I figured, I don't know where that's coming from. I better not be getting sick. But I thought that we could just do a little chatty get ready with me. I have been getting some questions over on Instagram on my makeup and stuff like that. So I thought I would just chat like all things beauty today, as far as like my favorite beauty techniques that I'm like, kind of some of the things I've been picking up that I've incorporated into my makeup routine that I'm really loving. And yeah, so let's just do it. Yeah, I thought that I would just do like my full everyday makeup routine and just kind of talk through some of the products I'm loving currently, some tips, some tricks, some like things I've picked up. Currently, like I said, I've been wearing these Glamnetic. I'm grabbing the package for them because they're on the table because I put one back on the other day. These lasted through the whole conference. So I'd say they've been on for like over a week now. So like maybe 9 or 10 days, and they are still intact. They're still looking really good. So I'm really excited about these. These are the Glamnetic. I've heard amazing things about a few other brands, but if you have used glue on nails and you have experience, tips, tricks, comment below. I haven't removed these yet, but so far they've lasted, and I've just like, I had like one pop off and then I glued it back on the other day, but like I've had like maybe one pop off a time or two. So I've lost total, I would say 2, because I lost one right after because I realized I didn't put glue in all the right areas. So I'll count it as like I lost 2, but I didn't lose any during the conference, which is amazing. I think this is gonna be my new thing because I just constantly going to the salon, spending so much money at the salon. Like these packs can be like up to $20, which is not like inexpensive, but that's way less expensive than a gel manicure, and you can reuse them. So I'm kind of like, this might be my move for a little while so that I can like change out my nail art and do my nails myself. Because with client stuff and like, I just never know like if I'm modeling or what's going on, like, do I need to have my nails neutral? I feel like it's also less damaging to my nails. So I'm into it. Okay, favorite beauty product hack thing alert. I just love this first headband. I got it at, my friend invited me to be her +1. They had like a little retreat here in LA, and I got to go, and they gave us these headbands, and I'm obsessed. So I just love using a headband to like pull my hair away. I also have these little hair clips that don't like crease your hair that are nice, but anyway, I like this. Another hack, this is more of a travel hack. I'm obsessed with these. These are by Cadence, and they are little like travel containers. I've got 2 different types. I've got these, and then they have like these. So these stack on top of one another, and then these like connect like a little honeycomb. I'm just obsessed. I use them. Here's the other one of this. I use them when I travel to put like all my skincare, even my foundation, my primer, like anything, because this fits in here. Look how much space that takes up versus foundation, full-size primers. Like it just makes much more sense. So I've been doing my skincare and my like makeup that has bigger bottles, especially if you're doing carry-on. If you're going to Europe especially, I use just one. I use this little guy for my foundation for my entire trip to Europe, and it lasted the whole time. And I was gone for 5 weeks. So I'm impressed. You can take, this says cleanser, even though it's my foundation, because when I ordered them, I wasn't sure how I was gonna use them, and I kind of just like took a stab at it. But you can change these tiles out. So you can get them, you can customize them, and you can change them out if you change your mind. So I might actually like reconfigure mine now knowing how I use them, but it's mycadenceithink.com. They did send them to me, but this is not sponsored. I'm obsessed, and I am gifting them to friends. I just think it's the best thing that I've done for my travel. Back to, so anyway, all that to say, if you see me using things out of these containers, that's why. Sometimes I still use them when I come home, but I'm gearing up to leave again tomorrow, like I said, for my friend's birthday. So yeah. Okay, let's get started on our makeup. So my skin is clean and moisturized. I'm gonna start with my brows. So I'm just gonna brush my brows up. They need to be laminated. I've told you guys that I was gonna do like a brow specific video, which I still will. But anyway, I'm definitely overdue for laminating my brows. I feel so much better when they brush up a little more easily, but you have to have like a 24-hour period where they don't get wet. And I just haven't done it. So anyway, it's fine. I'm trying to also put my mirror so that when I'm using my mirror, oops, this is not going well. This is not a beauty guru video, and I never have claimed to be one. But anyway, neither here nor there, here we are. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is do my brows. I like to do my brows first when there's nothing around my skin, because when I put foundation, it gets really slippery and slidey, and it's really hard to get those precise lines when you use a pencil. My favorite pencil is still probably Precisely, my brow pencil from Benefit. I do love this Kosas. It is clean beauty. The tip is more of like a chisel tip than like a little point, like a, I don't know what I'm trying to say here. It's not round, it's more long, but I don't mind it. You can get some good strokes with this one too, and I've been using it for a while, so I like to go in and just add like a few little hair-like strokes, but I do this like before my primer and before other stuff so that my skin's not slick there, so that I can get those precise lines. That's just something I've learned that works for me. So I'm gonna do one and then I'll show you guys the difference. But this whole makeup routine takes around, I don't know, I can probably do it in like 10 minutes if I'm like focused, which isn't too bad. But today I'm gonna be chatty, so I can't guarantee what's gonna happen. But I like to fill in the sparser areas of my arch, and I like to just give myself a bit more of like a brow. So you can see the difference between the two just from filling them in. This one's just, I just give myself a little bit more volume. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with SEPHORA. This is by Dr. Jart. It's the Tiger Grass color correcting treatment. I love it. There's a more fluid, like drippy drop version of this that I have, but I haven't used yet just because I had this whole big one open. So I definitely want to try that. So if I do an updated makeup video and I try that, I will let you guys know. But for now, I just put this in the areas where I'm experiencing the most redness, which is like, honestly, most of my face right now. So I just blend this in. It really works well when you use your hands, and like it warms the product up and helps it sink into your skin a little better. Emily's on her way. We had to like reconfigure our day. We were supposed to go to the cabin, and then we ended up like something shifted with one of the jobs, and we're like, okay, I actually think we need to be here, especially since I'm leaving in the morning and I need to pack. There's just so much going on that I had to make the call to stay here, and I'm kind of bummed because I was really looking forward to going to the cabin. But yeah, I haven't like shared from the cabin for a while because I've been traveling so much that I haven't been there as much as I would have liked to have been there. Okay, so now I'm gonna prime. The primer that I'm using today is Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer, but don't judge me because I'm about to use more than one primer. This apparently is good for people that have really oily skin. I don't. I have like combination dry, but I still like this primer, so I don't know. I like to put this on top of where I put the SEPHORA, but I'm a little bit careful so I don't like completely smudge and disrupt it. But I'm unclear about whether you should put SEPHORA on top of primer or vice versa. I like to put it right into the skin because I think it melts right in there, and that's just my personal preference. Like I said, not a beauty guru. And then I'm mixing these two Charlotte Tilbury. This is Wonder Glow, which is an instant soft focus beauty glow primer, and then the Flawless Filter. You do not need to have both of these. You don't even have either, but I do like to put one glowy. Say also makes a really good glowy one, but essentially I've been watching a lot of these videos about like, you know, if you're not 20 years old, like you want your skin to look as plump and sumptuous as possible. So like the more matte, or if you already have dry skin or you have like aging skin or whatever, like it's really good to keep things looking like shiny and bright and not matte. I've also always loved that like glow from within look. So I love using a primer that is kind of glowy like this underneath my foundation, and it just makes it look just, I don't know, I just think it does a lot of favors, you know what I mean, for everybody. So I'm actually gonna go in with Flawless Filter and just do a little more. I didn't think I did enough, but any glowy primer will do. You know, it doesn't have to be one of these brands, but anything that has some glow, I would just be careful to make sure that it's like pearlescent and not like straight up glittery, because you don't want like glitter flakes on your face. If you guys want recommendations for like different price points for some of these products, could probably do that. But as you can see, my skin has like a bit of like a glow to it. Well, you can't because it's not focused. There we go. It has a bit of a glow to it. You can especially see like on my forehead. So that's where we like to start. Now I'm going in with my foundation. Again, I've been in love with this Dr. Jart BB Beauty Balm. If you have any redness naturally on your face, to me, this is like the absolute freaking best. I just used one little pump. This is the one that I took for my Europe trip, and I used like so little of it. I just love it. Also, another tip that I have learned recently is that it's better to go a tiny bit darker in your foundation than to go lighter. So as far as if you want your skin to look hydrated, youthful, etc., using too light of colors can just bring out the things you don't love seeing as much in your skin. So as you can see, this is like maybe a little darker than my face, but once I blend it in, I find that it's like a really great shade. So I like to just do the preliminary with my finger so I don't lose as much product. And then I like to use a brush for blending this in. I do have a beauty blender that I sometimes use to like finish out, but I love to do like a really soft kind of buffing in of it here after I've applied a really nice thin layer with my fingers. You can also pump it directly on your face if you want to, whatever works for you. I'm just into brushes right now, and I'm happy with the finish that gives me. So that's just my personal opinion. So here's where we are with just that one layer. The coverage on this is just incredible. I want my skin to look like my skin, but better. I really don't want too much coverage. I don't want it to look cakey. So that's why I really like this one. It's really hydrating. And for me, that's really key with the foundation. So I'm adding just a little more on the spots that I want a little more coverage, including under my eyes. But I don't even do a full pump, like for my full face. It's probably like a half pump and then like a little squiggle. So I feel like a little bit of this goes a long way, which is why it's currently one of my favorite foundations. I do love the Say Beauty one as well. If you're wanting clean, I've got this one here. This is more of a summer color on me right now, which is why I'm not using it. Also, it's a very thin, more serum-y formula. So if you don't need quite as much coverage, I think it's great. I had just gotten sent this Dr. Jart one, and because it's specifically like formulated for like redness and stuff like that, like it's just, to me, the combination of Cicapair and this together is like a miracle for my red skin. So I absolutely love it. I will explain like how I use my blush later too. Like a lot of people that have like redness in their skin, I think shy away from using blush, and not me. Like to me, the blush redirects the pinkness and redness to where you want it on your face, and not, you know, whatever, all over. So I think it's great. I'm good with the blending. I think we look good. I'm gonna use Tarte Shape Tape. This is their radiant version of this. They obviously have the regular version. This is the one that has like a bit of radiance to it, and I just really like this. I'm just gonna put it under my eyes and going up the side here to kind of highlight. And then if there's any other areas that I want, like I still have like some acne scarring, and I've got like some breakouts going on here. What else is new? So I'm just gonna put that here, and then I'm going to use just like a little brush to like kind of buff it out lightly. Again, you can use your finger, a beauty blender. I just think it's important to like kind of keep feather light. For under my eye, I tend to kind of use my index finger, not my pointer. Like the lighter the touch, really the better, to really like go in and just kind of, and then if I do have excess, sometimes I'll close my eyes and use that as like an eye primer. And then sometimes if I get impatient here, this is where I'll like go with a beauty blender, because I get impatient quite easily. So this is where I'll kind of like, all right, fine, we got this, blah, blah, blah. There we go. So I'm feeling good about how this is looking. Just like a nice all over even base for the rest. And now I'm gonna share some of the new techniques that I've been doing that I've really been liking. I'm gonna contour right now, and this is the NARS Laguna. This is the original NARS Laguna. I love this. It smells good too. But it's just like a cream contour. I was using this. I did have the Charlotte Tilbury contour wand, which I also really like. I think I like the color of this a little bit better. There's also like more product. This can sometimes leak and travel, and I don't know, but I have had this for a long time, and I was shocked. I thought that like for the price, the amount of product was not very much, but honestly, it's really nice, and you can go in and just like use it. It's like, it's really great for travel. So when I travel, I tend to bring this just because it's easier. And then when I'm at home, I use this, but I'll explain why I'm liking this right now. So I'm gonna go in with a smaller brush. I've got like, this is the side that I use for my cream blush, and then I use this for the bronzer. But I'm just going in along my jawline. I have like a really big chin. So sometimes I try to like contoured away. I'm still a little sensitive about the mean comments from the boys that called me Jay Leno, but it's fine. Okay, and then going in along the sides here, and then I always want to warm up the hairline here, so kind of just a few here, which we're going to blend in. But here's where I've changed with my contour. I think so many of us were taught to contour in the hollow of our cheeks, but for more like youthful, like lifted, like snatched appearance, I'm finding that a lot of people are contouring higher, and I keep seeing it, and then I started trying it and I was like, okay, actually this is amazing. So I saw a video the other day that if you're not sure where to contour, find this little divot in your ear, so like here, and then literally turn your head. So she was like, she like, well, I didn't have enough product on there, but she was like, whoop, and then this did not work. I'm telling you, I did it the other day and it worked. Okay, so it should be here. Anyway, all I'm trying to say is from the divot of your ear, it should be here, whereas I think we used to do it like down here. I'll do it on this side because I've obviously messed up that side. So doing it a little higher. So doing it a little higher than you would have done it previously. Normally, I think you would have done it like here. So doing it here is going to give you that more lifted appearance. And we're going to blend that out, don't worry. But we're creating a higher cheekbone and like just a higher lifted face with that. And then the other thing I saw that I loved is there was this a makeup artist I follow who does like a contour here along the nose if you choose to. I don't often contour my nose just because like I don't care that much. Sometimes I like to contour to actually make it look a little bit more prominent, but it's just a personal preference, like whatever. But if you do, he goes in and goes up the eye and then over here and basically does the preliminary crease for his eyeshadow to really create like a lifted like eye moment, like kind of almost to mimic like a brow lift, like to create a higher lift of the crease of the eye. And I have like partially hooded eyes, like I have it, but when I relax my eye, like it's more hooded. So I don't even know what to classify it as, but he goes in and he kind of like lightly paints in this like eyeshadow kind of contour here, like in the eye. And I just like have started doing that. And then I feel like once I'm done contouring, like if I don't want to do any other eyeshadow, just a little liner and I'm done. Oh my gosh, Spider-Man reflexes. I just caught this lid, like I shut my thighs and it like caught it. I'm like, oh, excuse me. Anyway, so now I'm gonna blend that in. I'm just gonna use my foundation brush for this. I'm obviously, like I said, I'm not a beauty girly. I'm literally just a normal person that likes their makeup to look good, but I don't have like 18 million brushes and everything, and I just am not that way. So this is not the channel if you're looking for like beauty expertise. This is the channel if you're looking to feel good about yourself in an approachable way. Okay, I think you should know that by now. So I'm just like going in and blending out this contour that we created. Another thing with this, if you blend it downwards, it's gonna have the effect of like the previous way of contouring. So if you are doing this, I would recommend blending like in and up, or I guess like outward and up instead of downward, just so you can kind of like maintain. I'm gonna do the thing is the lighting is this way, so I don't know if you can see, but it's created. I totally forgot. I love this, is so chaotic. I totally forgot the way I have actually been contouring. So the number one trick is to do it higher, but the second thing that I've been seeing is carving out this whole area like this. Sorry, this is what I've actually been doing every day and I just totally forgot. So like it looks like this, which looks a little crazy, but I have found that I've been really liking it. And so let me do this. Let me show you in the light what it does. Do you see how it kind of just creates that face shape? So let me blend this out and then I'll show you better in the light. So anyway, coming in from the divot higher and then coming down. You can't tell, I'm very distracted. I had kind of like a crazy morning because we were planning on leaving, and then I was like, had to sit with it, and I'm like, what is my best decision? Like sometimes when I have to make decisions on the fly, like I doubt myself and I'm like, I don't know what the best thing to do is, but I really think the best thing to do is to stay here. Hopefully maybe even try to get some closet clean out stuff done. There's just so much that needs to be done before I leave. And I'm trying to figure out like, okay, driving, because it's like around 3+ hours round trip to the cabin, more depending on traffic. And I just felt like it was not a wise idea to like go there and come back same day in a rush. When I'm leaving in the morning, I have to pack. I'd love to like just finish the 2-piece set category. So if you're watching this, please root for me energetically. Well, it will be in the past, but time is but a construct, because I really just want to, oh look, I have a little zit on the tip of my nose, look like Rudolph. Loving that for me. So if you can see, it's subtle what the shadowing does, but I really do feel like it creates such a nice face shape. You don't have to do all this, and honestly, it shouldn't take long. It should literally be like boop, 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 blend. Like it can take a minute. Literally, I don't spend more than a minute on it when I'm not blabbing away, I promise. It's just something to consider. I've been loving the way it like lifts and snatches my face shape, and I've been feeling really good about it. Let's find our blush. So another technique that's trending right now is under blushing, and it's when you do a blush like under, I don't know if it's technically under your foundation or just like a cream blush set with a powder blush. There's kind of two different trends going around. In fact, Patrick Ta literally, when he created his makeup line, created this double cream. It's a double take cream and powder blush, because his signature technique is to use a cream and a powder together, which I think I've shown you guys and talked about before. I think under blushing might be like doing it more heavily like under your concealer, like before you conceal. But I can post, like I can share about that. One thing I thought about doing, sorry me like looking around and being so distracted. I'm trying to find my blush. All of my makeup is everywhere, and so is my mind, apparently. It's literally been sitting here the whole time. Yeah, I thought it'd be really fun to do like a beauty glossary, or like trying like beauty hacks and trends that are going around, short form for, I probably would put it on shorts here, and then I'd probably also put it on like Instagram, TikTok. Okay, so the blush move that all the girlies are doing, it's been a while. This is not new, but we're doing our blush higher now, up the sides, and then a little bit on the bridge of the nose. And then I've actually been bringing mine like pretty close to the eye. Some people are even concealing with like lipstick and then a darker color, like almost like a bronzer color, and the light color all in one, and then blending it out here. Let me know if you guys have seen that. I haven't done that yet. But this is the Rare Beauty cream blush. This is Happy, and I've been using this nonstop. I absolutely love it. It's my favorite. So I've used this almost every day. The pigment is high. So it's like takes some getting used to. I would definitely go lighter at first. I like to go a little heavier on the blush since I have a natural red tone to my skin. I find that my skin just absorbs it really nicely, and then it just looks really naturally. So I'm just blending this out and up and around a little bit. And then I'm just gonna like lightly flick the bit on the nose here. And then I'm gonna go up the side of the cheekbone here, blend it out. And then I don't know, I just feel like by redirecting my redness like up into my cheeks, I find that I have like more control over the narrative. Do you know what I mean? Oh, okay. And then if I have any extra, I'll kind of like dust it on my lids. I like everything to live harmoniously together. If you guys have been watching Love is Blind, people have been dogging Stacey about her makeup. I don't love the dragging of people for stuff like that. Like, I hope it doesn't give her a complex. But one thing I will say is I don't think that her makeup is sitting as harmoniously together as it should. I saw the funniest TikTok about it, and it was like, she has one pot, and she's like, I'm gonna put it here, I'm gonna put it here. She's lovely. And I love using those kind of autumnal colors, and I think it's beautiful. And I think as women, we should not spend as much time tearing each other down as like building each other up. However, I will say, like, people have been coming at her for her like unblended makeup, and I've just been a little more conscious to blend mine. We've been watching Golden Bachelor. We've only watched one episode, and we've been watching, we've definitely been watching Love is Blind. So comment below, let me know if you guys are into any of these, what your vibe is on those, because I'm super into it. Okay, so for my everyday eyes lately, I've been using this Laura Mercier. I love their caviar eye sticks. This is called Dune, and this is one of the matte colors. So I've been using this metallic taupe color for a while to do like the interior of my eyes, but I've lately started doing this matte color first. So this is just gonna sit really nicely on top of where we already contoured, and I'm just gonna do this on my lid, just up to under that contour, so that basically our eyeshadow is just creamy. It's a lot quicker for me than like blending powder. There's no fallout. It doesn't tend to move as much. I just am really happy with it. So I just barely kind of put a layer on my lid. I'm just gonna press that in. And then as you can see, you can still see a bit of the shadowing. I just like it to be like pretty subtle. But I love these. You could get a shade that is more of like a contoury shade. You could like go back in if you like it to be a little more prominent. You could obviously use powder, and I do sometimes. This is just like what I'm doing for my quick everyday makeup right now. And then this metallic taupe caviar eye stick, I'm gonna go in and just do this in the inner corner of my eye. I just love this look to like brighten. And then I'm gonna go in and just do a little here, which I can blend out into my lid. I'm gonna show you, I'll just do one and then the other so you can kind of see the difference. And then occasionally I will like use a blending brush if I do take this onto the lid, but mostly I just wanna brighten up that inner corner. And as you can see, I feel like it just brings like a lightness and a brightness and an openness to this eye here that this one doesn't have. So it just brings a little more dimension. So I'm gonna do that on the other eye. And the stick version to me is just like easier than anything else. And I've been a fan of Laura Mercier for a while, and these caviar sticks just keep on hitting. For me, it's just about like enhancing my natural features, you know, kind of a no makeup look right now. I'm just really liking. Yeah, so another thing is, yes, that I feel like has been trending for a while is like brightening up this inner corner. All right, so I am now going to do some liner and some mascara, and then we are going to highlight and then we're done. So I've been using this Lancome Ultra Precise Waterproof Liner. Love this very much. I bought it from Sephora. It's in brown. I just like it to look like as natural as possible. This has been a while now that we've been doing this. I don't know who we are, okay? You should do what makes you feel good. But for me, this is what I'm liking, is only lining about halfway out, if even that. So I actually start with my wing, and I want it to kind of just trace along my natural eyeliner, the line that my eye creates. So it almost looks like an extended like eyelash. You kind of can't see that it's there, but it really enhances like the eye. It makes it look bigger, brighter, more open, more awake. So I can't talk when I do it, so I'm gonna zip it. But I would love to know what you guys are watching, what you guys are reading, all the things. I've been really into reading again lately. No, I said I wasn't gonna talk. I'm not gonna talk. Here we go. So I kind of pull it out and then lightly feather stroke. And then I just kind of keep it going along that line. You can kind of see how that looks. And then I kind of fill it back in to the middle, really closely hugging my lash line. Since I don't have a ton of lid space, I like to really keep the line as thin as possible to maximize that lid space. So I'm gonna just kind of pull this here. And as you can see, my eye just looks more defined, more awake than this eye, but it still looks really subtle. Okay, now we're just gonna do this other side. And I just like to come from the corner and just really lightly flick up so we can keep that line really thin. Ooh, I got a really good first do there, you see that? And then I kind of fill in that corner, hug really close to the lash line. I'm about halfway in the lid out. The best part is that it's so easy to quote unquote fix if you mess it up. You can use a little concealer, you can put more of that eyeshadow stick. Like, this is not a precise art. It looks really nice. I love the look of like a powder line that you would do with eyeshadow, but I find it doesn't stay throughout the day. But if you really prefer that look, but you still want it to stay, sometimes you can do a layer of this and then just like lightly powder over it if you don't want it to look so precise. But that's what I like about the brown and just going really light with it, is it doesn't look like a harsh eyeliner as much as it just kind of looks like your eyelashes naturally curl up and out. Okay, so that's where we are. Let's do some lashes. Let's do some highlight, let's do some lip, and let's be done. I've been using Cils Booster XL, this Lancome under mascara product since I was like a teenager probably. I don't remember how I got my hands on it because this was expensive, but I did, and I loved it. But there's other products that are like this. I know there are other ones, but anyway, it's just essentially like something that helps boost your lashes. Like it's a lash primer, so it coats your lashes in like white, and it might have some of those like little fibers, I'm unsure. And so I'm just gonna do one coat of this. And then you know what, another thing is I've been doing tinting and lifting my lashes lately. Mine has completely worn off for sure, and I lost the pads to my eyelash curler. So I would normally like curl my lashes or do something, but we haven't been lately because I don't have currently an eyelash curler that works. This is just how I am. I'm like, whatever. I love this Tower 28 mascara. I've been using it for a while and I absolutely love it. I try a lot of different mascaras all the time, so I'll probably, when this runs out, try something different. It's kind of close to running out. Anyway, another tip that I've recently learned is to actually, instead of going from the root, start at the tip and really like do that first, because sometimes when you start at the root, it can kind of drag them down and they don't lift quite as much. And by the time you get up to the tips, you don't have as much like separation and stuff. So I've been actually concentrating doing my mascara more towards the tips than the roots. my lashes seem to go through phases. I have like phases where they like are very like long and cooperative, and phases where they kind of like are nothing, and I'm in a nothing phase right now. I actually learned that our eyelashes fall out and like grow in and fall out on like a 3-month cycle. So it is really normal to like have good and bad lash days, but they're more in like good and bad lash weeks, I think. So I'm just in a like low volume, low length week right now, which is fine. You can use eyelash serums if you feel good about that. I have a couple. I wish I used them a little more regularly, but I've been using them again, so I'm hoping to start seeing results. And again, I love like tinting and lifting, so I don't have to like spend so much time on mascara, but I just haven't had time to get in. And also it's a little pricey, so this is where we are. I've heard good things about heated eyelash curlers off Amazon. I'm a little scared putting like a curling iron that close to my eye, but I have heard really good things. So anyway, I'm just taking my time. I swear half of the time of doing my makeup is doing my mascara, just because of how like precise I am about like really brushing it out. Here's where we are. This is obviously the side with mascara and the side without. I mean, I just think I look awake. Which I didn't before this video started. And that's what we're going for. I did get a little smudge here. That happens to me sometimes. So I'm just gonna go in with the brushes that I use to like do the eyeshadow and kind of just like blend that back out. The cool thing about cream shadows too is that if you get a little mascara on them, it blends right out. All right, so this is where our eyes are. I'm really happy with it. I think it looks really pretty. We need to brush up our eyebrows. I kind of wait to do that to last because sometimes you can like mess them up. So I'm gonna go in with the 24-Hour Brow Setter by Benefit. I love this, I've been using it a long time. I also really like Refi, NYX, and NYX. We've been going back and forth about what that's called. The NYX, that clear brow glue is also really incredible, but I'm just using this until it's gone because she's like, every word is rubbed off the package. She's on her last leg, you know how it goes. I'm just trying to like be good about using everything until it's gone before I like move on. So I'm not being wasteful. So here's the one that I've brushed up. As you can see, it's not being as obedient as I would like. I really want these to brush up, get that volume and get that height and get that like sproutiness, but we kind of got it here. Definitely is more so than that side, but yo, they are not cooperating as I'd like to, and I wish that I had had time to laminate them before my girls trip, but win some, you lose some. Okay, I just really try to focus on getting the front ones up here in the front. That's really what makes me feel like bright-eyed and bushy-browed. Come on, man, work with me. Okay, so the last couple things we're gonna do. We are gonna highlight. I was mentioning about blush, like I absolutely love this Charlotte Tilbury high, what's it called, like high blush, and it's in the color Pink Gasm. So if you want more of the blush that I used was a matte cream blush. This, I'm just gonna put some on just to show you guys. I've used this before. It's like almost a metallic, so it almost has like a highlight built in. I love this. You know, but like I feel like I like the pigment of the other one better, so sometimes I combine them. You can just use this if you want. Charlotte Tilbury Pink Gasm is great because it's 2 products in one. Essentially you could use that as your cheekbone highlighter and that if that's the only place you highlight. I just really like the pigment of this and the color of this, and that's just what I'm doing right now. But anyway, all that to say, like I layer stuff but you don't have to. And then I'm going to use the Rare Beauty highlight here as well, and I'm just going to do a tiny dot on each cheekbone. And then with the leftover here, I'm gonna kind of put a little on my nose and a little on my brow bone. You can even put a little on your cupid's bow if you want. But yeah, I'm gonna use my same brush from my blush and just really lightly blend this out. Move it around to where we want it. Hide into the cheekbones here. Gonna just carefully flick this along my brow bone, not to mess up my eyeshadow or my brow. And then the last thing I'm gonna do is my lips. I've been loving this Air Matte Lip Color by NARS. This is the color Dolce Vita. I like it to match my lip. So if you can see, this is like essentially my lip color in a matte like lip stick. I just like it to look like my lips but better. And here's the final tip that I've been kind of employing that I've heard can make you just like a little more snatched and like youthful and bright-eyed and beautiful, is instead of lining all the way to the lip, which can drag the face down, if you're using a liner, which I do have a liner around here somewhere, and then you can fill it in with this. Fine, I'll just show you the liner. The liner I'm using is by Persona, which is actually a friend of mine, Sona's beauty company. This is a beautiful shade. It's also a really natural color. This is the color Dusk. And I'm just gonna go in and line my lip. You can overline if that's what you're into. I don't, but right along the Cupid's bow, and then instead of dragging it all the way down, you almost end it a little early, and it gives that little like pouty look. So as you can see, instead of coming from here, I'm kind of doing like this. Does that make sense? You can see, you can definitely see. So I'll finish it and then we can look at it together. And then I'm just gonna add my color on top. So you can see that it's more than long. Okay, this is where we are. I'm gonna blot off. So I'm blotting and then I'm gonna add a little bit of lip oil on top. I've still been using this Merit lip oil that I showed you guys a while ago. I really, really like it. And I've been using this pretty much every day. I'm just gonna do a little bit of lip oil on top. And this is our final look. Let's go in the light. We can really appreciate her. This is the final look. So I think that my skin looks really like glowy and fresh. I think it's like still pretty natural. Here's the eyes. Okay, so for the last step, you can just take like translucent powder and go under your eyes around the creases here and here, like around areas that tend to gather oil. I do that, and instead of telling you I do that, I might as well just do that. I'm just using the Kevyn Aucoin loose powder. There's a lot of great loose powders out there. I use Laura Mercier, like they're a little bit shiny-ish, like whatever one sometimes, which is really nice. And I'm gonna go around here, which is where I tend to gather oil, in the crease here, and then just really lightly under the eyes, just to kind of set those areas. I like to leave the rest kind of like dewy and intact. I don't like to over powder. Oh, as far as the double blushing, if you wanted to go over with a powder blush, you could, and then set with powder. Hourglass Cosmetics makes a really beautiful all over powder called Ambient Lighting. The Ambient Lighting palettes in Dim Light is one of my favorites. I'll probably do that for more of a holiday look or more of a winter makeup look, but this is what I'm still doing. It's still pretty hot here in LA. I kind of just like to leave things dewy, but that's another way you could set if you wanted to really kind of like finish that flawless filtery look. And the last step I'm gonna do is to use Too Faced Makeup Insurance. They say that it gives you like 18 hours of wear. There's a lot of different makeup setting sprays out there. This is just happens to be the one that I have open and that I'm using. There's others you can just use, like setting like a mist, like a hyaluronic mist as one. There's like a primer mist and a whatever. There's a million, okay? So, but this is just what I'm using. I can't like claim that it's like, oh my gosh, the best or anything, but I like it's good enough. Let that dry and we're done. I was gonna do my hair with y'all, but A, I should probably just do it, and B, I actually don't think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm just gonna brush it because it like I slept on it okay. I might like fix a few areas, but I'm kind of just gonna like brush it and smooth it and call it a day. But yeah, this is my final look. Mostly I was having fun like with some new techniques that I've been doing. Yeah, but if you have any other things you want me to try or share, or if you have any tips, let me know. If you've got any makeup channels you like that are like approachable and fun, all the things. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you guys are taking good care of yourself. I know there's a lot going on in the world, and I'm just sending my love and reminding you to take care of yourself. You deserve it, and we can only give from the overflow. So if our batteries are depleted, there's a lot less that we can do for the others as far as being agents of good in the world. So just take good care, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching. I will list all the products below that I used, and happy to do more beauty videos if you have fun with them. Thanks for hanging out. Bye.